All the way back in 2021, a game called Palworld was announced. And my reaction was, so it's Pokemon with guns. After looking into it more and watching the trailer, I still thought it was Pokemon with guns since literally the name of the trailer was called Palworld, an official trailer, and then parentheses saying Pokemon-like shooter game. I thought this was going to be an awful game. As more information came out about it, it started to give me Ark Survival vibes. I literally said, and I quote, "So this game is going to be a cheap ripoff imitating Pokemon, Ark Survival, and Legend of Zelda. This game is not going to happen, and if it does happen, it's going to be one dog water game." Then, quite recently, my friend added a Palworld section to his server. Knowing this friend really well, I was like, hey, is this game actually good? Unfortunately, they said yes, so I decided to drop 27 bucks on this game instead of watching my favorite YouTubers play it because I had to try it out for myself. Before I even begin, I want to say what my predictions were, because as of writing the script, I hadn't played it yet, but as of recording it, I've put about 10 hours into this game at least. I thought the game was going to be decent at best. I didn't think it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be decent. I still have vivid memories of this trailer. I said these are trash graphics and this game is not going anywhere. I then learned something that completely changed my perspective about this game. The final trailer was released during Summer Gamescom of 2023, where games like Final Fantasy and Mortal Kombat announced their new games, and it was up there with them being announced. When you open up Palworld, you customize your character, and then you wake up to these three pals staring at you. A sheep, a chicken, and a pink cat. My world was a bit different compared to other people's. Me and my friends opted to pay for a server so we can play together and play on the same world anytime. We did this so we can all experience this game together instead of individually, as there was 8 of us who wanted to play. When I first started, I wanted to locate an area that I could start out with. I wanted it to be an area that I can just relax and take my time playing in. I found this little waterfall area and I decided I wanted to build my base there. I later found out that this spot was used by so many others to build their bases. My reasoning for choosing this waterfall was more nostalgia than anything. It reminded me of an old Minecraft series I used to watch called Minecraft Oasis, which was from a very popular YouTuber that went by the name of IS Cupquake. I then was joined across the lake by a friend named Johnny, and we both had a mutual agreement that this was not going to be our final base. We continued playing, and I decided I was going to be playing on my own and have my own base while others were grouping up, because I wanted to just experience the game in its entirety by myself. This game has a feature that all other games in this genre are completely missing. It takes the route where people can treat these creatures however people could treat them in real life. You can take a sheep and use it as a meat shield. You can make them into your slaves and make them miserable, and you can fight with them. You can actually have NPC slaves in this game, which I find wild. If you're like me and you want your pals to work for you, then they need some level of comfort, such as a bed. I was wondering why my dudes weren't really working and was told by my friends that I was cruel because I didn't even bother to give my pals a bed. I had no idea how to build anything when I first started, and when I found out I needed to build beds for them, I was like, oh. I went on and eventually made a rock factory and a tree factory, and even made a grinder for them. After my initial reactions to this game, I thought this game was kind of weird and was going to be a waste of money, but after playing it for 2 hours, I wasn't thinking this was dumb, and I didn't think about refunding it, and I just continued playing. My point of view on this game is a complete 360 of what I thought it was going to be. I have no complaints. After playing this game for almost 20 hours, I'm pretty sure that I have the ability to talk about it in depth to the extent of what my thoughts are on it. I 100% believe that this game took a lot of inspiration from other games within the genre, such as Ark Survival. I feel like without games coming out in this genre before it, this game would have been drastically different. Something that I can't emphasize enough about is how it depicts these pals. As I said earlier, if people had access to these creatures, they would make them work for you. They would make them fight for you. They would enslave them and make them work under harsh environments. They'd make them fight and die for you. And some would even treat them as pets. They make this ultra realistic for what it is. The fast travel, in my opinion, is not the greatest. It's functional, but it's a bit weird. There are a bunch of these statues around the map, kind of like the towers from Breath of the Wild, which act as your main fast travel points. What annoys me about them is that you have to either be at one of those towers or at your base to be able to fast travel. In some games, you do not have to even be anywhere near them and you can just fast travel on your own. But I understand why you would have to be at them to an extent. Like, it would make absolutely no sense why somebody could just fast travel anywhere on the map. But at the same time, when we talk about fast travel, we're talking about teleportation in a game with literal creatures that you can fight with. These game developers really went all out. When you take a look at the first trailer when it was released, it was a very cheap knockoff. But then when you look at the Summer Games Con trailer, it looks completely different. I was shocked and I'm excited to see where this game goes. If they're going to make another game and make a franchise out of it, if they're going to make merchandise out of it, I can't wait to see what happens. I love how people literally have nicknamed this Pokemon with Guns. As somebody who has literally been super interested in Pokemon for a long time, I was definitely keeping an eye on this game. After playing this game a lot and watching some videos on it, some things started to come up and they're starting to concern me. Over the last couple of years, people who have been playing Pokemon games have really been complaining about the Pokemon Company and the games that they've been giving us. Now, the Pokemon Company are in trouble because of that very reason. Every year, thousands of Pokemon fans complain about these new games coming out, and they just don't care and play them anyway. It's because we love this franchise and we're obsessed with it. Now, a no-name company develops a game in a similar amount of time as the Pokemon Company, and it's better when it comes to graphics, unique game mechanics, and so many small things such as creativity. Pokemon with Guns. They have so many more things that fans absolutely love, and especially Pokemon fans out of anything else. Now, those Pokemon fans are looking at the Pokemon Company pissed, because they're starting to say, why have the Pokemon Company been delivering half-baked goods to us? Now that the Pokemon community has received something that is a fully baked game, yeah, it has its glitches, but now that they're receiving something that's fully baked, they're now flaming a company that they adore. This means the standards for games has gone up drastically. And not just in this genre, in almost every genre it's skyrocketed. Hopefully the Pokemon Company can do something about this in the future and resolve it. I know, in my opinion, these two companies are completely different. These two games are completely different. One is an open world RPG with creatures that you can make work for you. That's all about survival of the elements. The other is a turn-based open world game where you go through a story and it's story driven. Yeah, the Pokemon Company is looking at a Palworld because they may want to sue them. But either way, the Pokemon Company is in major danger because of Palworld. Hopefully, all of these issues get resolved, such as Palworld versus Pokemon ending, Pokemon learning from this, and Palworld fixes their damn servers so that every time we play on the server, it doesn't crash every 5 minutes. It's not like this company has made $48 million off of this game and they totally don't have the budget. We all have our views, and I guess it's up to you to interpret. And after watching this video and maybe a couple of others, you are able to determine your thoughts. With all that being said, roll the outro. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch another video, click the video on the left. That video is my Skyblock video, where I spent 50 days surviving in Minecraft Skyblock. And if you want to subscribe, click the button on the right. Thank you so much for the recent support lately, and have a wonderful day. Peace!